The Golden State Warriors just played the ultimate game of chess, and I'm going to show you the exact things that they did to make their team the best in the entire NBA. If you look at the very first play that the Celtics ran, you can see that Marcus Smart already has to direct traffic as Jaylen Brown isn't in the right spot. Pay attention to Al Horford as it looks like he's going to go left, but he dips right and gets underneath Klay, which gives him a really deep post position, and he gets to the line for two. The Warriors' first possession only adds more chaos and confusion to the Celtics. As you can see, Andrew Wiggins is just kind of fake screening people and forces a double closeout by Horford and Smart. Then you get both players leaving Wiggins, which makes Al Horford confused on who to take, so he decides to just go to Andrew Wiggins. Marcus Smart is officially in no man's land, which leaves Draymond Green wide open for the easy bucket. The Celtics had a very clear strategy to start this one off as they tried so hard to post Steph Curry up on multiple occasions, and you can see Marcus Smart just missing the wide open lob there, and then he shoots the contested air ball. As you're going to see in this video, the Warriors' execution was almost perfect defensively. However, they have a bit of a lapse here on once again a post-up. Klay overhelped, and then Porter should have rotated following by Draymond Green, but there is none of that, and Jaylen Brown gets a wide open look at the three. One of my favorite things to watch is a pre-switch, and you can see Robert Williams does not want to be part of this pick and roll, so he pre-switches with his own player. Marcus Smart goes up to defend Steph Curry, and they almost get the steal, and this is where Steph Curry's magic is so beautiful. Where do you think he should pass this ball? That is a cross-court dot. Right on the money that forces a closeout, then a blow by followed by a Euro step. That is how you counter good defense by even gooder offense. And check this play out here as Jaylen Brown gets a stagger screen setup, but he actually curls over the first screen, and then Jason Tatum, who set that first screen, Robert Williams comes and sets a screen for him. I love action like this. Jason Tatum is ecstatic to not have Andrew Wiggins on him for once, and he calmly knocks down a shot. The Celtics love to switch things up on defense. However, they're playing against the most efficient offense, and you can see there's always multiple actions of screens being set. Gary Payton sets a bit of a moving screen down there, and you can see the Celtics are super concerned about Jordan Poole on the perimeter with that switch, so Derek White comes over, which leaves wide open Gary Payton. Unfortunately for him, his hands are down, which makes the pass go behind him, and that allows the Celtics enough time to contest the shot. Every time you pass the ball, the defense relaxes, and you definitely don't want to relax for a split second, as you can see Steph giving up the ball just to get it back with a bit of a nice screen from Gary Payton too. The Celtics decision making is terrible at times, and I want to show you here as they're trying super hard to get Andrew Wiggins in a matchup that isn't on Jason Tatum. So actually Tatum just goes and shoves Steph Curry right into the side and just posts him up to get the switch. Tatum gets the ball back as he should, and this is where you'd expect to go to work, but he just gives the ball right back, and then he takes a step back and does not engage in the play, and then they go one-on-one against Golden State's best defender. This does not make any sense at all. Here's what they should have done instead. Grant Williams should have came all the way up to the top where Tatum is. Tatum should have slid down into the paint. They should have moved the ball over to Grant, and then he could have posted Tatum up. What do I know? I don't even have 2,000 subs yet. Now here's a good look at a three by Jordan Poole, but I want to show you why this happened in the first place. Watch Draymond Green at the bottom of your screen as he shoves Tatum in the back and then tips the ball out. That is winning basketball plays at its finest. The Celtics run some really nice split action at the top for Jason Tatum as he gets a really solid screen by Derek White. Now he's gonna have a wide open layup here as the Warriors do not switch it, but they really converge down low with some help defense. Horford makes the right read, and then Derek White decides he doesn't want to hit an open layup. I noticed Grant Williams trotting back on defense, and then Pritchard does not call ball to stop Klay Thompson, which puts Al Horford on a bit of an island, and Andrew Wiggins makes the easy reverse layup. Marcus Smart made a ton of errors, and watch him here as he just does not pay attention to Draymond Green behind him boxing out. Draymond makes the pass outside, and Jordan Poole knocks down a wide open three-point shot. We've covered that the Celtics have really struggled to keep their head up when they're dribbling the ball left, so Gary Payton forces Jaylen Brown to go left. Brown doesn't even see the help come and his guy wide open in the corner, and he just dribbles it into traffic and turns the ball over. Golden State does what they do best, and that is get in transition and run off of stops. Steph Curry loved it so much he might have touched that ref in the bum. As a coach, I love when teams move the ball early to initiate their offense, and the Celtics do a good job here as they drive in and get a stunt wide open three for Jaylen Brown. Jordan Poole looks like a high school player going for the full court steal, and the Celtics push it up and get 2 shots at the free throw line. Then he does the same thing back-to-back plays, and he goes for another full court steal. I would have benched him right at that point. Nice outside-inside Euro step by Tatum though. Boston tried to use their face guarding strategy from the previous game, and this time the Warriors were just so perfectly planned for this. They also put Tatum on Green, which would slow down that pick and roll so Tatum can just swap onto Curry. This is why the Warriors are always moving as Looney sets another screen for Klay Thompson, and that is beautiful basketball, my friends. Boston runs a staggered screen action again that I had originally showed you. Tatum once again curls underneath. The secondary screen is set for the person to come and cut to the top. The pass is a little bit late. However, the Warriors are super confused by all of the switches, and they both go and double team Tatum at the top, which leaves Robert Williams wide open for the beautiful pass and dunk. It's basically pick your poison with Steph Curry, and you can see that the Celtics are in a soft drop still, so Horford goes down. But because Derek White is in a trail position, Steph Curry's ball fakes are just so lethal because he only needs an inch to get that shot off. Klay and Steph are going to run some screens for each other, and I want you to take a guess on what the Celtics are going to do. You guys are smart, so I'm sure you said switch. Those of you who are my most loyal subscribers, you know that when there is a switch, there is a seal, and I don't think I've ever seen Draymond Green make a nicer pass than this one right here. She knows it, and you know it. That was pretty darn good. The struggles for Boston continue, and check this out. You get an automatic mismatch with Steph Curry on Big Daddy Al Horford, and for some reason Jaylen Brown has the perfect angle to pass it, but he refuses to do that. He gives the ball to Marcus Smart, and he's like, no, Jaylen Brown, you got a way better angle to pass this. Jaylen drives this left with his head down, and check out Daddy's reaction. Brown then goes on to shoot an air ball, but he totally redeems himself. Bonus points if anyone knows what movie that's from. But the comedic part about this is he's totally out of control and jumping off of one leg again, and he's lucky he gets a bailout call going 1-on-2, which is actually the perfect segue for my next point, and that is that Tatum and Brown will not stop Euro stepping from so far away, trying to get fouls that just aren't there. These are low quality shots. Now, I don't understand because Horford was so mad 2 plays ago because he had the mismatch that he didn't get the ball against the smaller defender. Now he gets the ball against Curry, and guess what he does? He shoots this. No, he doesn't even take the shot. That is wide open underneath the basket. It might seem like I'm being critical of Boston, but it's because they deserve to be criticized. Now we get a blitz from the Celtics, and Steph Curry somehow threads the needle through the 2 Celtics defenders, and then you get a 3-on-2, and Wiggins makes the right play to Otto Porter Jr. This looks like a beautiful passing play, which it really is, but something bigger happened, and you're going to see Marcus Smart. Watch him take his eye momentarily off of Steph Curry, and Steph is already gone, cutting to the right. That is why basketball is a game of inches. Speaking of inches, Jason Tatum needed every inch of space to make this pass happen. Watch as he makes the high IQ decision and sees which side Jordan Poole is going to play Al Horford before he makes the pass. As soon as he sees Poole commit to the right, he throws the pass high and to the left. The reason the Celtics get a wide open dunk on this play is because of the movement at the top of the screen, which keeps the help defenders at bay. Tatum looks to go down to set a screen. Instead, he slips, and Wiggins might be anticipating a switch in this scenario and gets burned as a result. The amount of counter moves that the Warriors have for every circumstance is what makes them so special. You can see the Celtics have Jason Tatum guarding Draymond Green, so then they can switch that screen onto Steph Curry. The Warriors are still able to get the switch they wanted as they bring Horford up with Wiggins. Boston's been getting burnt with their bigs on Curry, so Tatum comes up to apply extra pressure. This next part baffles me as Marcus Smart doesn't commit to the first pass. This would trigger a second rotation out to the wing, and then Jaylen Brown would be able to come down and collapse and help on the big. This is the main reason why this YouTube channel needs to get big, so NBA teams can see some of these clips, because this could honestly help a lot of teams. That's a shameless plug to subscribe, and I'm not apologizing for that. But Marcus Smart should be apologizing to his team for this. He is on Draymond Green, and he refuses to even move an inch. He is just watching with his hands on his knees in the biggest game of his life, and check out how Wiggins has the closeout of the year on Jason Tatum. And this right here is my favorite video of the year, so you should check this one out too.